everyone. Today I bring you a very exciting game between Magnus Carlsen, the world reigning chess champion from Norway, and Wesley So, who's also up there in the world chess ranks, super GMs they're called, super grandmasters. All right, so here we go. We have the English opening, 4 knights variation. I want you to take special care to notice how Magnus uses his light square bishop to do a lot of damage on the black side, or to the black side. And also notice how the C pawn, the black C pawn, is almost promoted. Almost. But then again, Magnus Carlsen, with his superb calculation skills, is there just in time, just in the nick of time, to clinch a win. Let's see how he does it. All right, we have a c4, e5, knight c3, knight f6, knight f3, knight c6, d3, d5. Actually, this is what you see, the 2 knights and the English opening with the 4 knights, and that's what it looks like. Isn't it pretty? We should have a little poster like that, you know, like chess art. I would really like to see that. Everybody should have chess art in their home, just to honor chess and all the hard work that these chess players have dedicated their lives to this chess type of play. Okay, anything that's worthwhile is necessary. They've been playing since they were children, so don't think they can just wake up one day and play this level of chess. It takes time, it takes effort, and it takes great skill. A lot of life skills here. But anyway, let's continue. We have control of the center. Look at the continued wanting to control the center. Yes, the bishops have not been mobilized yet, but when they do, please take good notice of the light squared white bishop. Okay, we still continue castling on the king side. Okay, interesting move there, just moving the king out of the way. Wonder what So is planning. Okay, now we are attacking the black bishop because it's very uncomfortable, because it's kind of staring at the white king. Would you want to get rid of it? So he's offering a bishop trade, which So gladly takes. Okay, now bishops are gone. The black square bishops are gone. He moves in with his queen. So does Carlsen move his queen. Now we have a continued fight for the attack of the center. Okay, the pawns. Interesting move, retreating with the knight. Look at the interesting, very occupied e-file. Everybody wants to be on the e-file. It's like a party. Everybody wants to be at the party. So let's just go to the e-file. Everybody wants to be at that party here. Okay, let's see what will we do next. Okay, he's moving up to continue to control the center. Interesting move, side move. Well, I'm going to go to the back door, and I'm now going to be attacking your e3 pawn. Let's see how Magnus Carlsen responds. He just moves up his rook to protect that pawn. Okay, so we continue fight for the center. With that, now the rook is being attacked, although it is protected by the bishop, the light squared bishop. Okay, now we still control the center and at the same time attacking the queen. So that was a good repositioning of the knight. Remember how the knight was repositioned? This is where it served its purpose. It took control of the center here. At the same time, now could you foretell that it was going to happen? But somehow they have this feeling, this intuition of what might be happening. So the black queen's out of the way. Now, okay, we continue packing that e-file. We finally move the b pawn. A repositioning of the knight again. All right, more e-file interest. Let's join the party on the e-file, everybody. Let's just line everybody up there. Okay, now we continue. We take and more e-file activity. Okay, we move it up, and now we move the knight. Where is it gonna go? Hmm? Okay, this is a key moment. I feel this is right, a key moment. Look at this bishop. What is it doing? The bishop has been activated, and now Magnus Carlsen is on the attack. It's like, let's refocus here. I'm done with this party and the e-file. Let's go someplace else. Okay, who's in control here? Can you see how the control now has shifted from the e-file? Well, it's technically still attacking the rook on the e-file, but it's been shifted. I feel there's a shift right here. So he moves out of the way, still on the e-file. Well, you didn't want that rook, then I'll go after your other rook. Okay, now he's foreseeing that where this is all going, so bishop moves back to protect the king there. And so now the one rook is taken. It's now taken with the queens are off the board. No matter. For now, I'm just gonna take your rook. Imagine that. No queen for Magnus Carlsen. How brave is that? Okay, let's see what happens next. Well, I've got the queen now. I'm gonna try to do some damage. I'm going after I'm going to the d5. Says so. So the bishop now moves back. Notice the bishop. They really like that e-file in this game. Back to the e-file. Maybe the party is still good on the e-file. I don't know. Okay, so let's continue what happens next. Look at this lovely positioning. What a nice pawn structure. 3 here and 2. Okay, how many pawns? We have 5 pawns, and we still have 5 to 5 pawns. But, you know, there's a queen on the board there for black. There's no queen for white. Kind of brave of Magnus. But now we're going now to the d-file too. Oh, look at that c-pawn. We are advancing. We are advancing. Only 3 away from promoting for black. Well, look at the bishop again. Oh, yeah? Well, I'm going to now guard the c2 square. I'm not going to let you go. Look a couple moves ahead. Like seeing what is obviously so wanting to plan there. Very obvious he's moving his pawn. C-pawn to try to be promoted. And he doesn't stop. He's still moving. So Magnus Carlsen is like, I am going to be facing your queen. In your face. Kind of sort of thing. Okay. So how will So respond? Just moves a pawn to improves the pawn position. Now we are going to attack that queen. Queen moves out of the way. The bishop now decides to, I am not making that pawn move. So that pawn is now in the way of the black queen to do anything at this point, but the queen is protecting the pawn. Let's see, now we are taking that bishop. Looks kind of not too good for Magnus Carlsen, but is he worried? I don't think so. Guess he's got a plan. You got to have a plan when you give up your queen. And there it is. We are now suffocating the king. Where will the king go? The black king. So now we are moving our reinforcements back. Okay, protecting that bishop, the black bishop on g8. So I'm bringing more firepower in. I'm bringing in another rook, which is protected by the other rook. So interesting. See? Very, very nice play here. Absolutely a great play by Magnus. So I need some breathing room. So it's getting too hot here. It's like the desert. The desert, it's getting way too hot here. I need to open up a window. So that's what So does. Well, I'm now on the attack. I'm bringing in reinforcements. I'm bringing my knight, says Magnus. The party's over on the e-file. There's nothing really left. Maybe some leftovers, but the party's over. There's nothing left on the e-file. Look how it has cleared up. Okay, so now what will interesting move here with the g6 move. With this move, we are attacking the Black Knight. Notice how the Black Queen is totally immobilized. Like, it's not being used at all. So look how Magnus Carlsen is able to dominate this board without a queen and the other side having a queen. Do you see this? This is having cajones, everybody. Those that speak Spanish, you know what I mean? Tiene este señor cajones. Anyway, so here we go. We continue with this. Now the queens decided I better like wake up from my slumber and start doing something. So Magnus says, no problem, just move my king up and protect that pawn of mine. And then the king moves out of that uncomfortable 8 rank with 2 rooks staring. And so now we take the knight and look at this. Look at this. The bishop moves into the square again, trying to do some sort of protection, some damage control. Well, now we are forking the queen. Taunting. It's kind of like taunting. Here you go, kitty, kitty, kitty. It's a very taunting move here. Very taunting move. But notice it's protected by that bishop on G2. So it not only is it protecting that square from having the bishop, the pawn move up towards the C you want to be promoted, but it's also protecting that knight. Do you see the role that this white bishop has played in this game? Huge role. Very important role. Okay, what happens next? Are we all not at the edge of our seat? This is where the end game, this is the end game king. Magnus Carlsen is just superb in the high pressure, mental stamina, tactics, strategy, all of it has to be shown in full glory here for Magnus Carlsen. All right, well, we just move up and attack you then, says so. No problem. I'm just gonna attack you with my almighty bishop that has been so powerful in this whole game. So let's see what happens here. He moves in with his queen, because if he takes that pawn, that seamless pawn on A2 that hasn't moved a bit in the game now is crucial because it is protecting that almighty white bishop. So now he's trying to continue to protect, and this move checked the white king. So the bishop, the knight just moves out and protects the king, which is protected by another pawn. Do you see how those pawns are right there to help the A1, the A2 pawn and the E3 pawn? So static, and yet they're crucial here in this endgame. Crucial, okay? Very crucial, these static pawns that have been there. But I'm sure Magnus Carlsen is and has been aware that they are there to be used when he most needs them. And this is such an endgame where he really needed these pawns at the right time. So now we're going to do another check, says so. Well, I'm just going to move out of the way. Well, then I'm just going to take that bishop that has totally caused so much pain to So and through the whole game. And now we are gone. That threat is gone. So what are we left with? Tell me what we are left with. Look how close this is, right? But what are we left with? We are left with just that queen. Do you see how Magnus sacrificed his queen, and yet has an exemplary position? No obstante, as they say in Spanish, no obstante que no tiene su reina la dama, está ganando este juego. And so we continue here. Ah, that puts me so nervous. Oh, so close. So close to the C1 file. I mean, this is a fight to the finish. What a dog fight this is. It's like two roosters. Remember those two roosters? There's these where that's not supposed to happen, but it has been known to happen. People have these rooster fights. I mean, oh my gosh. I don't know what to describe it. It's just what a fight to the finish here. Well, I'm just gonna move over and attack your king at this point. Okay, I'm just gonna move out of the way. Well, I'm gonna be attacking you. I'll move out of the way. Well, that's okay. I'll just bring in my other rook in. And bam. Well, that's still not enough. Okay. We have a missing queen. The queen has decided to just go off to some other party. To some other board, maybe. So that's okay, says Magnus, because I still... Okay, we're moving. We're trying to maneuver. Have my knight. And that's how it ends, ladies and gentlemen. What a game. What a game. Once again, at the edge of your seat type of game. What is soup? It's like this really scrumptious, really nice tasting soup. Just enough salt, pepper, and spices. Stirring at the time, the right heat to just make a glorious meal here. Because that's what you need to do. You really need to know how to coordinate to do everything. Look how close So's pawn is to promoting. Okay, and that would be two queens on the board. And Magnus has no queen. And yet he was able to stop this. Superb play. This is just like another historical game by Magnus Carlsen. What a genius he is. You all take care. Au revoir.